I really think I was saying what a lot of people are already thinking. Every time one of these tragic accidents happens, it's not an accident, it was the intentional act of an evil person. Every time one of these tragedies happens, there's this huge political response that we're going to take guns away from people. We're going to take privileges away from people exercising their Second Amendment rights. And I think a lot of East Texans just reject that whole idea that we're going to let a few lunatics take away the rights of law-abiding citizens. I listed some specific things that the Democrats are really pushing for right now. Beto is out there openly saying he's going to take certain types of guns away from people. He wants to end private transactions for guns, which happen all the time between neighbors. And these types of things are common in East Texas, and they're part of our life. They're part of our culture. It's part of the way people protect themselves. It's part of the way people grew up. And so he's really hitting at something that's near and dear to a lot of East Texans. When I wrote it, I didn't know that it would reach so far. I was surprised by some of the reactions, particularly the reactions where they were mocking the fact that I mentioned God, I mentioned prayer. But there's a lot of people of faith in East Texas that do believe in the power of prayer, and they do believe that praying for victims is absolutely the right thing to do, that praying for protection is the right thing to do. Yes, we also take action. Yes, we also do things to protect our public schools. We're doing things to give our schools more mental health resources, more resources for public safety, and we're doing those things. But people of faith do pray, and they do believe that our rights come from God. And so I expressed some of those things, and I got some strong positive reaction from across the country, and I got some pretty negative reaction from some people too. It was interesting that some of the people that speak out on social media, they seem so tough and brave, they actually used violent language in their responses back to me. And that really goes to the core issue here. We have to talk about changing hearts. It's a lot easier to talk about changing the law than it is to talk about what needs to be changed in people's hearts. You know, an evil person with the intent to harm someone can find any tool that they want to. Talking about guns really doesn't get to the root cause. We have to look at what's in people's hearts and what's going on in our communities, what's going on in our societies. Those are hard discussions, harder to talk about than it is to just say, oh, let's get the legislature to pass a law.
Okay, y'all good?